All right, this passage is from chapter 9, Celebrating Your Abundance, and actually continues the journey in rehab. Abundance is defined in part as overflowing fullness. This perfectly describes my attitude towards my life. Every day I strive to think, say, and truly believe how blessed I am to live in my place of joy and how grateful I am for all of life's little gifts. I've learned to appreciate and to be grateful for all the steps I've taken, no matter how large or small, to improve my strength, health, independence, and quality of life. When I go to bustling, stimulating places like a museum, which I still do with the help of my walker, I wish I had more energy and stamina to stay longer. But I look back and remember it wasn't that long ago when I couldn't do activities for even 2 hours at a time without becoming exhausted. While in the rehabilitation hospital, I received an unexpected lesson that helped me see just how blessed I was. It involved watching people much worse off than I was. I confess, I wasn't ready to take on others' suffering. It was enough that I had my own experience to deal with. I figured I was learning enough life lessons, going through my own ordeal with the goals of getting stronger, not giving up, not losing hope, keeping my positive attitude, having gratitude and love, and feeling blessed. So why did I also have to see the struggles of others less fortunate than I in my own eyes? When I first got to rehab, I saw people who couldn't feed themselves, people who were partially paralyzed, people with speech impediments from strokes, people who lived with constant pain, people who struggled to find words, people who couldn't go to the bathroom without assistance from machines, and people who were incontinent. When I looked at myself, it's no wonder I felt blessed. I saw my situation as temporary. I will be out of that wheelchair, I told myself. I could feed myself. I could get to the bathroom with help from my wheelchair. I could speak and think and express myself in words. The first time I went to group occupational therapy, I felt as if I didn't belong there among the stroke victims, the people who could only partially talk or move, and those I labeled less fortunate. And yet there I was, right next to them, sitting in my wheelchair, relearning the same things they were relearning. Over time, I began to see them as people who looked like me, people with stories, dreams, hopes, and victories too. I watched them progress incrementally, just like me. They didn't ask to experience strokes or accidents or medical problems that changed their lives in an instant, just as I hadn't expected the changes in my life. Most of these people were courageous, spirited, and driven to do the rehab work. I not only learned empathy and compassion for others I considered less fortunate, but this experience also taught me so much about myself. We all have difficult things to deal with, and usually when we meet others and learn of their plight, it puts our own stuff in perspective. At least that's my experience. It reminds me of the old proverb, I felt sorry for myself because I had no shoes, until I met a man who had no feet. My experience also reminds me to accept where I am at life, and always contrast it with something that could be much worse. I'd rather be home than in the hospital, or when in the hospital, I'd rather be there than not here at all. Perhaps because I've spent so much time at home, I really value time now. I spend it writing, reflecting, or connecting with others online, playing my guitar or uke, watching shows or movies with David, playing with Alice, our fox terrier, or finding little things that make me laugh. I've replaced go and do and see with a slower, steadier routine. Each day is a true gift that's entirely my own. I treasure this gift over most everything. When I do go outside, it may sound cliche, but the sun is brighter than I remember. The trees are greener. The sky is dotted with cotton balls. I've learned not to take the world around me for granted, but to do what Grandma would do and observe nature and each moment with awe and wonder. Focus on the joy, wonder, beauty, and light in all things, and acknowledge, accept, and appreciate life's little gifts.
Wiggling your toes, barefoot in the sand, laughing till it hurts, playing Candyland, singing along to your favorite song. Ba-da-da-da, running in a spring rain, falling in love again. Happiness is the little things. Happiness is the little things. But in the sky on the 4th of July, dangling on swings, doodling on everything, dancing alone to your favorite song. Ba-da-da-da, watching the sunrise, wishing on falling starlight. Happiness is the